Good evening, ladies, gentlefers, and my lovely NBs. We're here live for another Sports Den here in Dakota. My name is Marcus Baylor, and to my right is Ryan Eastman. How are you doing, dude?
Doing excellent. Holiday season is upon us. Last couple games before we go on our holiday break. It'll be nice to have a bit of rest and to see family, but we got to get through this matchup first. It is a battle for the West. Two of the top Western Conference teams meeting here tonight to see who can come out on top to end the year on a high note.
Oh, 100%. And you cannot be any more excited between these two juggernauts. And they both have been doing very, very well as of recent. And it's going to be especially interesting for a nice Lucas Devonitis as he gets to start this week. Well, today.
Yep, first start of his career as a rookie, no less. But we'll have to see how his impact on the floor and how he handles the pressure of it. As the big giraffe, able to stretch the floor, adding to that 3-point game that the Dakota Bikers are known for. I have to see how Seattle game plans around that, and if this is a game plan decision to try and play against Seattle's defense.
Yeah, 100%. And it's going to be interesting when a stretch big comes into play. That's going to put a lot of wrenches in the defensive end. But, Seattle has been, been very, they've been tried hard in a variety of styles. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens here, especially considering the amount of size that they have over there in Seattle. So it's going to be an interesting matchup regardless.
And speaking of, I see the players heading to the court. Let's cut down live.
Yep, and Dakota does end up winning the tip-up here, rocking the white jerseys as Lawyer. Long-time bet for the Bikers with the rock. Looking to try and get into the paint, and will get the first 2 points on the board as Dakota leads up 2-0.
Yeah, but you can't talk about Seattle without mentioning their acquisition of Benjamin Aquino in that offseason. Huge free agent signing, stealing him away from Santa Ana.
Yeah, but speaking of, Aquino was not able to get that first basket down, but we do get a 3 there from the other splasher, I believe.
Yep, that was Valerio, the Kangaroo Rat, from the right corner. Honestly, between the three of them, Silvius, Lawyer, and Valerio has been lights out this season thus far, stepping up, and Seattle find themselves down already, and at least the defensive effort's going to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, right now they need to get it back here, but we get a nice tip there from River. River, another player coming into the Bikers, really trying to bring that championship pedigree that he has to finally get back into that promised land, as the Bikers haven't been there for a while.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, he was signed last year, and there's the rookie with his first basket of the night. The big free agent signing last year that came along with Valerio to the Bikers team, and they just didn't make it as far as they wanted to in the playoffs. This year they traded up for the rookie, as Ackerman finally going to get the first basket for Seattle here.
Yep, ending a 7-0 run here at the beginning of the first 2 minutes. But they're going to have to tighten up the defense quite a bit if they want to try and lower down this cushion, as Lawyer does try to get by his defender, but it's not going to be good there at his side of the rim. And now Christina with the board.
Yeah, we got to see how Vilkasitis attacks down low in the post from a very difficult spot. No backboard to help him at all. He still makes that basket, though. The Wolf, arguably the veteran for Seattle. I mean, him and Leon, I think, actually, I take it back. Kirk is probably the most veteran player on this team, but he's coming off the bench tonight.
Ooh. Yeah, but now Lawyer starting off very strong offensively with a nice little dunk here. Good drive. Now Ackerman trying to answer right back, but is not going to do well against the rookie here. As now Matthew over to Lawyer. Lawyer open for 3, and it's going to rattle home. So already a strong start here for the Meerkat, as he goes ahead and helps his team bring that cushion up to 8 with 12-4.
Yeah, the offense is just not missing for the Bikers right now. I mean, we saw Lawyer attacking down the post, but obviously his bread and butter comes from beyond the arc and just letting the defense put us on.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Delmont with the and one from beyond the arc, forcing River. Now, Delmont's not much of a three-point shooter as his career has gone on, but pulling it out there at the perfect time, a chance to swing the game back at least somewhat towards Seattle with 4 points.
He will, with a 4-point play there. And as you've alluded to, he's not really known for his three-point game, but he does have a little bit of, point forwardness in the early goings in his career. But of course, making the adjustment to small forward, which has done very well for the longevity of it all.
Now down fully in the power forward, Kieran Reese starting tonight at small forward, and Valerio another basket there.
Yeah, even with the blunder here from the last possession, the Bikers still trying to keep that cushion nice and soft here, as another miss there as Sylvia taps it over to Valerio. Now Valerio going for that mid-ranger, it is good.
Yeah, high tempo for the Bikers here, not hesitating at all to attack the basket. As River tried to jump on that lane, just left Delmont wide open. Not a terrible idea. He saw the pass, just a fraction of a second too late. Could have been a big turnover. Oh, he can't get on the other end.
River not able to get it down there. That's going to be a very interesting battle between River as we get a quick basket there for Seattle. Yeah, that matchup between Delmont and River is going to be very interesting to see those two duke it out, as River able to get the upper hand, getting open down the lane for that lay-in.
Well, I mean, both from the same draft class. Both players have a ring or more to their name. Delmont with an MVP compared to River's 2 rings. So, it's a foul drawn against Lawyer there will send, I believe that's Reese to the line for 2, or maybe Vilka. Oh, sorry, Vilka, yes, headed to the line for 2.
Yep, Vilka, the first basket will be good, and we will see a majority of the bench on both sides coming in, as we're about the midway point here in the first quarter. And
one player from each side, I'll say.
Yeah.
soon the bench will be out.
But I gotta say, it's already a very high-scoring contest between these two teams, as Dakota's already on the brink of breaking 20, and we're not even past the 6-minute mark quite yet. We'll see if they do it here.
I mean, that's what happens when you get threes just raining in without issue. And, how long are they going to go for? Is the shot clock finally winding down, forcing Valerio to take a long 3, not able to convert. And Seattle, fast break on the other way.
And Ackerman trying to dish it back out into the three-point land, and now they can start to slow down a little bit as Leon passes it over to Aquino, who's wide open for 3, and it's no good, but Christina able to clean things up.
And you saw there, talk about that point forward kind of mentality. Silvius trying to match up against Delmont. Delmont, as he turned around, saw the double team coming and was able to pass it out. Aquino wide open, and those kind of shots will fall if you leave him open. Just unlucky that time.
Yep, and Lawyer once again showing his stuff as he goes and lays it in. And a great defensive stop there as Seattle trying to go for a full court pass, but they may end up regretting it. But note, the basket does not go down there for Dakota, as Seattle does avoid that free possession. And they do find themselves only down by 2 with that basket.
Yeah, Vilka able to answer with a quick play down the other end. And like I said, it's been a high-scoring game already, and you have to wonder if the field goal percentage will start to drop over time. It's Lawyer using the screen from the rookie and dishes it back for the dunk.
Very, very good dish over there from Lawyer to Luka. And right now, those two have been in sync so far, as they have really played a huge hand in the majority of the points here for Dakota.
I mean, those two plus Valerio, I think, are the scorers for the Bikers thus far.
Yeah, right now, Matthew trying to get it up in there, but it gets blocked from behind. And now Leon going for the mid-ranger. and it's gonna be in and out. So right now, ooh, a lot of costly possessions here as both teams trying to pick up the pace here, but we're seeing a little bit of sloppiness in the ongoing for these past 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's the issue with the high tempo, is that you're going to see more errors come out, and that's the challenge of trying to balance, trying to catch your opponent off guard and not trying to catch yourself off guard. Is the rookie Ivani not able to get that 3 to fall with the shot clock against her.
Yep, and so right now Dakota still up by 4, 22-18, with about 3:30 left in the first quarter, and Lawyer laying it up and in.
Yeah, both teams
already 11 points tonight.
Yeah, double digits, and we do say timeout. I was gonna say, I was wondering when we're gonna see the bench players come in, because most of the quarter is gone, and neither team was really willing to be the first one to sub out. I think this timeout might have been what they were looking for, to finally give each team an opportunity to make some adjustments without giving up the advantage, even though it looks like for both teams not really making a big change. Dakota keeping with their majority of the starting lineup, and Seattle just gonna move Vilka to point.
That's a very interesting situation here, because at this, you want to make sure that your players are well rested, especially in the middle of the season. We got a nice block there. As now Eric, one of the backup point guards, hands it over to Lawyer. Lawyer looks for a 3, but it's going to be in and out. I can understand keeping Lawyer in, as he is one of the hotter paws here for Dakota, but fatigue is a thing, and you got to be very careful when you're going to push those minutes up.
Yeah, and the same time,
over to Lawyer, and Lawyer gets fouled by Leon. So he would go on the line for 2.
Yeah, and I mean, there is, to an extent, understand this is an important game, and you can afford perhaps to keep your players out there a little longer than you want to try and get a win. When it comes to playoff time, you're gonna have to play hard. You're gonna have to play more minutes than you did in the regular season. You can't afford to give up or potentially lose games just because you're too busy trying to rest and manage your minutes of your players. Not every team has a super deep bench that can carry them when their starters are resting.
Ooh, what a great dish there to Mika. Be able to get a quick dunk, as Dakota does pump up the cushion a little bit. And yeah, I do understand in that kind of aspect, because you want to make sure that these guys are still in sync, as Aquino does get the dunk himself. With under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter, though, I'm very intrigued to see what Seattle needs to do to put the stop here.
And it's going to be Mishima down low in the post, and arguably, actually, Dakota might have one of their deeper benches for the first time in a while. That was been an area of struggle that they had. Oh, the dunk from Vilkasaitis.
Yeah, I do believe that you are correct that this might be the deepest team that Dakota has had in a good while, because that's pretty much been the main weakness for Dakota over the years. While yes, they have all the stars in the world and one of the best starting lineups that people consider, and then you get a long 3 there from Aquino, and it's good. But it's when that second unit does come in is where we really kind of see teams start catching up, and there's only so much that you can do in the starting lineup. And Ronick able to get a quick lay-in. The assist going from Lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, considering you have Eric Baltave on the bench, former starter for Winnipeg, including their championship run. You have Benjamin Derby, longtime veteran, who has been holding down the bench for the Bikers. Even Mika Mishima now potentially being moved down to the bench if they are going to go with Luka for the rest of the season. And even then, Luka coming off the bench is not a bad look. We're going to see Seattle try and go down the other way. The rookie, quick play. Ivani not able to get the fall, though, as it's a 3-point game here with Bikers' last shot of the quarter.
And right now, Lawyer might be looking to take the final shot here this quarter. Instead, dishes it over to Valerio, who passes over to Ronick, and Ronick Lots of passing. Silvius goes for 3, and it's good.
I mean, you really can't double team anyone on this Bikers team. There's too many 3-point shooters on the perimeter. They're just waiting to see who you leave open. And Silvius punishing them there with the last second 3 to push it to a 6-point game. 35 points in the first quarter for Dakota. That is definitely a high scoring quarter in the SportsDen tonight.
Oh yeah, and you can't even slouch Seattle either with 29 of their own. But right now the full control has been Dakota, so they need to find a way to contain a couple of these players here on Dakota's end. And we do start off with a quick foul against Silvius. So we will see 2 free throws coming in for Aquino. First one's good. We'll see if that second one goes down. It will. So with that, the Summit only down by 4. Trying to see if they can find any kind of containment here on defense. Silvius is going to go for 3, but it's not going to hit it there.
Yeah, the screen got him open, but not enough. And on the other end, defense just bullies their way past Silvius into the paint and able to lay it up and in. 2-point game. Like I said, Seattle's not backing down as Silvius is blocked.
Yet Silvius trying to go coast to coast with that one, but Seattle all over it as Benjamin able to get the and one opportunity and a chance to take the lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah, I think Silvius, now that he's going to keep him. Nope, he's got 2 fouls now. I was going to say, might see a substitution. That's 2 quick fouls against him, but in the second corner, going to let him stay out there. If he draws a third, I would not be shocked if we see him benched, though. A foul called on Kirkpatrick there. The Tasmanian Devil being a little too aggressive, trying to block Ronick.
Yep.
River coming back on the floor.
Yep, a lot of substitutions coming in for both sides. As the second one does go down, and now Dakota taking the lead once again, 37-36.
Keno calls for the screen and takes a very off-balance 3, but does convert with that open look as a 10-2 run in just the last minute. That is a flurry of scores coming out for Seattle.
Yeah, Mika trying to cut that down a little bit. Not going to get it down this time, as we do see Seattle get the board, trying to get a little bit of a cushion on their own. And this is the kind of matchup that we are expected to see here. And we see Aquino able to get by the defender with a quick dunk.
Yeah, up to 14 points.
14 points.
Yeah, and 71% field goal percentage. They're going through the hot hooves of the Ram right now, and Dakota needs to make some adjustments on defense. As Wolfgang from beyond the arc can't convert coming off the bench. The Wolverine not able to hit there. Is back to Aquino. To Turnbull off the dish, is able to dunk it down.
And see, this is what makes Benjamin Aquino so dangerous when he gets hot. And it's just like being able to go ahead and drive and get into those baskets, start getting other players open for those easy dunks. As River trying to calm things down a little bit with a lay-in of his own, as Dakota only finds themselves down by 4.
ISO play with Aquino again, calling for the double screen. Open from beyond the arc, no good there.
Yep, River with the board this time, as Matt being a little bit quiet here, and an unforced turnover here, as Seattle looking to try to extend, as Benjamin again with a mid-ranger, forcing Dakota to call a timeout.
And Coach Dupree not happy with the way he's seeing, calling timeout. Try and reset a little bit here, as and maybe trying to throw off Aquino's momentum, make him sit down for a few minutes. Well, 90 seconds, I should say. We don't have 3-minute timeouts anymore. Unless it's a tech one.
All, but yeah, I mean, we got to go ahead and get these games going. Got to, pump the brakes.
Hey, you got advertisers pay the bills, though.
No, you're right. But, the fans really want to see as much action as possible. But Dakota looking to try and take this back to 1 deficit, and they will do it just there with River laying it up and in.
Yeah, 6 points for the Water Deer already. I mean, I say already, he's gotten them, I think, all in this quarter, basically. But since coming back on the floor, definitely going through him, trying to attack against the Seattle defense without Delmontes. The three there was struggling a bit with the last two misses, but able to hit with that.
All right, now Eric with the rock, getting a bit of a screen, going for the three, and it's in and out, but Matthew able to get the rebound, and River trying a three of his own, but it's not going to be good here. So
a little too far,
now
I think, for him.
Oh my goodness.
Well, fast break, gonna go the other way.
Yeah, we've been saying Benjamin Aquino's name quite a lot here in the first half. I believe he's already at 16 points in the game so far, and it looks like the offense is driving through the Ram as Matthew getting called for the offensive 3-second violation, and it's just not looking good here for Dakota as Seattle really trying to take advantage of the slump that the Bikers have been having.
That's funny. Some are gonna call timeout after a dead ball, but
maybe there's something they didn't really like coming into there. They want to try and regroup and possibly find a better game plan for what they have on the lineup right now. But I will have to say that they gotta do something to calm down Benjamin, because he's just getting anything he wants as he gets another and one opportunity, and Matthew's on his third personal, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be done for the rest of this half.
More than likely, yeah, they're gonna sub him out. I mean, that is the benefit of having, I was talking about the deep bench earlier. You got Baltave and Eric Kajani able to come in as point guard if needed to keep this game rolling. Kajani, obviously a longtime vet, same draft class as Lawyer and Silvius. Baltave, a little bit younger, but has had just as much experience in terms of high pressure games. As River forced to take a long two with the shot clock there, not utilizing his range well.
Yeah, and right now Seattle finds themselves up by 10, but Valerio able to go ahead and get the steal. Valerio trying to go coast to coast, and he will do just that with a dunk.
Hey, the Kangaroo Rat has the hops. You can't expect to keep him contained just to the three-point line. I mean, the one area I worry about is how his body handles that kind of abuse down low in the post. He is not a beefy guy to begin with, as we see Vilka on the perimeter with the ball for Seattle. Not running with a lot of time there with a good shot. Not able to convert, though.
Yeah, great defense there for the Bikers. We did see a little bit of a double team against Ben, as Ben has been a problem, as Mashiba goes ahead and get a quick dunk, trying to get the crowd back into it, and Turnbull saying no thank you. And she goes ahead and lay those in for two.
I mean, Turnbull gives up so much height advantage, and with the current rotation on the floor for the Bikers, you go to the giant down in the post. Mishima a little on the short side for a center, so they're definitely taking advantage of that matchup here.
Yeah, and that's really been the big thing, as we see, I believe that was someone stepping out of bounds for that one.
Yeah, I think Reese lost control of the ball and stepped out. I was trying to determine if they pushed or not, but no, they're going to say stepped out of bounds. We're going to see, I think, Leon coming back onto the floor to match up against River.
Ooh, and that's going to, again, a very interesting matchup between the two. And as I was going to get to say, is that the thing that Dakota has to worry about for Seattle is their size, as Valerio able to go ahead and lay it up and in.
I don't think the Kangaroo Rat jumped that time. He just kind of tossed the ball up after catching it. But hey, it was an easy basket. Didn't give a chance for the defense to have any kind of impact. And River just stealing it away from the Cougar. And now fast break the other way. Going to get contact against the Ram, as Valerio will head to the line for another two.
Yeah, and Aquino was not really a big fan of that foul, but it was very clear there was content on the way up. So Valerio will make the first one. And honestly, you probably will have to try and see if you can outpace Seattle, because while Seattle does have the size, I do think the edge for the Bikers will be speed, and trying to utilize that and kind of put Seattle on their toes a little bit could go ahead and give them the lead back.
Well, and that's
And
the
we
thing.
do see Lawyer back on the floor as well.
With the Seattle team, I talked about acquiring Aquino, and you have to imagine that there's still some learning curves going on with Benjamin coming in as the point guard, trying to lead the offense. Great defense from Lawyer. Stops that play there. It's a fast break the other way. Kangaroo Rat wants to do it himself. Got to draw another foul. Head to the line for 2. As I was saying with Dakota, though, but up until Luka's start tonight, their starting lineup was the same it was last season. So you expect a little bit more chemistry there. After a year now together, we'll have to see how Seattle's rotation goes throughout the season with Benjamin now. We'll see if they start to mesh a little bit better as the season goes as well. A little bit less hesitation on those passes. They know where they're going to be. Roenick going to foul Marquise from behind, sending the Griffin to the line for 2.
Yep. Right now, both teams are perfect from the line. We'll see if that changes.
I was going to say, I was not going to say it, and you had to mention it, so I think now we're going to see our first our miss. See? Marcus?
That's why I said we'll see if it happens. And it
had
did.
you not mentioned it, it would have been perfectly fine.
What do you want me to say? The stat's right there. But Marcus is going to make the other one.
Marcus, people can read at home. They don't need you to say what's in front of them.
Well, maybe you never know. Maybe someone's like listening on their headphones, not paying attention to their TV or their phone, because you know how technology is these days. As Roenick is able to go ahead and dunk it down.
Off the miss from Lawyer, was trying to tie it up with a 3 there, but they're back within 1 with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. A lot of time the starters have been on the floor. We'll have to see if that fatigue starts to come in, especially after the half, as the long 3 not able to fall there for Vilka.
Yeah, but right now, Baltiv trying to find a way on perimeter. Does hand it over to Lawyer. Lawyer for a long 2. It's in and out this time. But Roenick, once again with the board, will draw the foul against Marcus.
I'm going to go ahead and say I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything at all.
I was going to say something, but I held myself back. I'll say that the Dakota hasn't missed a free throw yet. And then, of course, Troy. Going to miss the first.
See, the basketball guys, they can read your mind.
Yeah, clearly. They knew I was going to hold back. And they, I was going to say, they're going to punish us by making 2 misses. But no, tie game, 56 apiece.
Yeah, with under 4 minutes left in the first half. Aquino looking to change that, but nope, misses it.
Hasn't been hitting those threes now. He was hot earlier, can't convert now. River open, but blocked.
Yeah, both teams trying to lock it down on defense as we get to the closing minutes. As Vukasaitis does draw the foul and 1. And River will be called for his second personal of the game.
Yeah, and I'm going to say the scoring has slowed down just slightly. Again, 35 points for Dakota in the first quarter. Only 21 thus far in the second. See if they can pick it up in the last 3 minutes. But Seattle looking to finish this half strong with the lead here.
Yeah, they have done a very excellent job here for the adjustments into the second quarter. But we'll see how well they can keep that going as River able to get the finger roll.
I don't know how you can find a lane. That is not a skinny deer.
Not at all.
The defense parted for him as he was able to finger roll it in. No one in his way. I mean, honestly, at the same time, I understand you don't want to get in front of that when he gets a full head of steam.
Yeah, and right now Andreas trying to force feed it into the paint, but it ends up getting stolen there as Eric brings it up. And right now, Valerio has the rock, hands it over to River, and River is starting to pick it up offensively in the paint as he dunks it home, giving Dakota the lead once again.
Yeah, they have to rely on River to get stuff going in the paint to open up those 3-point plays as the ball will fall for an and 1. Aquino.
And now Benjamin already 26 points in the first half alone. This is looking to be player of the game here as he already has the old school 3-point play down locked as he's already close to 30 points That's kind of unheard of here in these types of games.
He's definitely pushing as we see Luka showing why he is going to be a threat on this Bikers team. A center just standing, no one around. The defender wasn't even close. I don't think they expected, oh yeah, I got to remember, I got to guard this guy on the perimeter because he's going to shoot a three like that. Is Delmont.
And oh my goodness.
Answers back with a dunk. 7th lead change here tonight as Dakota started off early on a hot streak, but it's become a back and forth game here in the second. Oh, Delmont!
Oh, gosh.
Intercepting the pass and fast break, one-on-one. A back-to-back dunk for the Cougar. No one able to catch up to him.
Yeah, great athleticism there from Leon, former MVP, doing what he does best. And right now, Lawyer gives it over to River, answering right back. River has kind of turned it up here in these final couple of minutes here in this first half, trying to make sure that both teams are staying neck and neck.
Yeah,
right Lawyer.
I think River's put all the points in this quarter for him, and obviously, big defensive stop down there. But Aquino, this might be his best quarter of his career thus far. Is Valerio going to intercept that pass? Fast break, Lawyer. Who's going to finish? It's Lawyer with the alley-oop.
Gosh.
Oh, you saw him setting that up. He dished the ball, Tave, and was calling for the alley-oop back.
Oh, that was just pure cockiness right now. You didn't have to do him like that. But now, we'll see how Seattle answers from that one after that crazy play, as Vilcasitis does get the lead once again with a nice little lay-in. Nothing too crazy,
It will give Dakota, again, the final shot of the quarter. And you have to imagine Lawyer's been feeling it, but no, they're going to go to Balte for three, can't convert. And the half is going to end. And I will say the scoring did pick up as we're finishing almost 68-67.
Yeah.
That is a high scoring half tonight.
That is an understatement of the century. We already have like 135 points combined between both of these teams.
I mean, we're on track for a 100-point third quarter, to finish at 100 points.
It seems that way. It really does. I mean, both teams have done a fantastic job, especially Benjamin Aquino. I believe he's like, 28, 29 points in the first half alone?
I mean, if he keeps his pace up, he is 27. He'll be on track to break at least 50. We could see a 60-point if they go to him. Again, I think he scored most of those points in the second quarter, too. So if he keeps it up in another quarter, he could easily get up to 50. We'll take a look at the stats. And for Dakota first, it's definitely been split between the three we talked about most. Valerio, Lawyer, and River putting up the majority of the points, even though some scoring also coming in from the bench with Ronick, 7 points. And Mishima with 8.
Yeah, and there has been a little bit of quietness with Silvius as well. He's also usually a player to look out for. So we'll see if that can adjust to see if we can get him open. And going over again to the Summit side, Aquino leading the fray with 27, and Vilcasitis also showing some stuff here with 18 points.
I was gonna say, Aquino's been overshadowing Vilca. Vilca's put up more points than anyone else on Dakota. Even so, a guy we'd be talking about right now is being overshadowed, and that might come back to bite Dakota in the second half if they try and shut down Aquino. That's going to leave Vilca just more room to shine. They need to figure out how to shut down both those players.
Yeah, right now Christina trying to lay it up, but it's not going to be good there for the Duck. And now we see River continuing on as he gets a quick basket to give the lead back over to the Bikers. So the Bikers are leading 69-68. Very nice. As we get things started.
Marcus, you have to go with the times. It's 6-7 now.
Oh my God.
Lawyer got them to 6-7 off of that bad manners play. It was the perfect chance to bring it up, but you didn't.
Well, I am a bear of class, Ryan.
Who made a 69 joke.
Hey, sometimes the old school jokes are the good schools. Anyways, here comes Lawyer, trying to find a way into the paint, but will be able to draw the foul against Vilcasitis.
Marcus, you're gonna need a lawyer after this, I think is the takeaway.
What do you mean?
A PR rep, maybe.
Okay, well, anyways, we're tied up 17 piece under the first basket. And the second one will be good. So, Lawyer giving the lead over to the Bikers once again, 71-70. Right now, already back and forth. I think this pretty much has the number of lead changes to double digits now, no?
Very close. And there we go.
Goodness.
Double team. The rookie comes over at the perfect time to get the block and shut down Aquino.
Yeah, right now, again, Lawyer trying to go for the tough basket, but will draw the foul against Leon this time. And so, Lawyer, once again, on the line for 2.
Yeah, up to 18 points now.
Yep. So, Lawyer getting it done on the charity stripe as Dakota getting up by 3. So, we could see a tie possibly, depending on what Seattle does here. And already, Andreas trying to go for that 3 ball, but it's not going to be good.
Yeah, Vilka, again, he's been feeling it tonight. That's only a second 3 attempt, though. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities from beyond the arc. The Bikers, they have a litany of options from beyond there. No, double teaming River, but the double team started to back off, and he just lays up in. They saw 12 points in the first half, already 4 in the second to start this. Only 2 minutes into the second half.
And I was going to say there, that was definitely a size disadvantage here as Aquino was on him, as Leon able to go into the paint and get a quick dunk. Yeah, even though Dakota has a little bit of a lead left, the Summit trying to make sure to stay toe for toe, and they will be able to get that defensive stop here as Reese is over to Leon. Leon once again going into the paint and giving a nice little finger roll as Leon getting 14 points so far in the game.
And it's been now Aquino that we haven't heard anything from for the Summit. And perhaps tired himself out with all that running earlier. Silvius from beyond the arc, no good. Open off the screen, can't extend the lead further. It's down to Leon again. Back to back baskets for the Cougar as he pushes the lead back in Seattle's favor.
And yeah, that is a player that I think every team pretty much puts a circle around every game. Because yes, while there are definitely plenty of great players here on the Summit, you gotta be careful with the Cougar as, again, Dakota not able to get the basket down. So, Summit looking to try to extend here as Andreas gets blocked there by Lawyer.
Second block for the Meerkat against the Wolf is Luca getting blocked by Ackerman, and Vilka fast break. Can't get blocked if no one's in your way as he dunks it down.
Yeah, right now, Andreas with 22 points so far in this contest. This high-scoring affair is really becoming heavy here as River trying to get that mid-ranger, but it's not going to be good there with that block from Leon. And now Reese was trying to get into the paint as much as possible, but it's not going to go down as Valerio does get the board.
Yeah, turnovers, or blocks, I should say, on both sides, but still fast-paced offenses for both teams. As Valerio from beyond the arc for 3 is good to tie us up once again.
Yep. 78 apiece right now, with just about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. And we're all going to hear a timeout get called here for the Summit as they're trying to figure things out a little bit here. Is Dakota really utilizing that three-point land quite a bit here in this contest.
Yeah, I mean, Dakota is 4th or 5th in three-point percentage. They definitely like to chuck them up. Both teams in the top 10 in terms of points for in their favor.
Yeah, right now, Leon doing a little bit of everything on himself. I believe he scored like 8 of the last 10 points here for Seattle as Lawyer getting cleaned up here with a nice 3.
Yeah, back-to-back threes for Dakota. Seattle, that is an area that they don't necessarily have. Even with acquiring Aquino, they've addressed that to an extent. They've added more three-point threats. It's a step-back jumper. Can't get it to fall for the Ram.
Yeah, right now Sylvia's heading it over to Lawyer, and Lawyer is able to lay it up and in.
NG with the ball.
Yep.
Oh, he draws the. He could have drawn the contact there. I think if he leaned into that,
he really could have.
Would have put Sylvius on fours. Oh, the behind-the-back pass to Ackerman. Vilka showing off a bit there.
Oh, 100%, and they're going to have to do a little bit more as well. As you know, this has been a very tight contest here. As again, I believe Lawyer there with that basket at mid-ranger, and right now the Meerkat tried to claim the quarter as his.
No, I mean, he saw what Aquino did last quarter. He needs to match his. Leon trying to do another three, can't convert this one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here as Matthew, being very quiet all game, decides to hand over to River, and River not going to get it down here, not known for his three-point shots. It's now Leon trying to force his way in there, but it's not going to be good. And so we see an alley-oop pass, but it gets intercepted there by Leon. The Cougar not having it.
Yeah, that's a tough battle down the post between River and the defense on the other end. Intercepting the ball and almost scored on the back is Luka going to get the fast break bucket. And we're getting closer and closer to that 100-point mark here with under 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter.
Yep, only need 13 points for Dakota to hit that century mark. And we will see another timeout here for the Summit, as the Summit has completely lost control here a little bit. And then need to go to find a way to contain Lawyer, as he's kind of been on fire for the majority of this quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, we might see some substitutions with the players because they've been out for a while now in this quarter. We do see some bench coming in, but neither team's really blinking. Neither team's giving up, as Luka getting called for the foul. Was being a little too aggressive against the Duck there. Send Ackerman to the line. Yeah,
and, rookies are not going to get away with things like that too much here in this league, as he was complaining. But 1 of 2, not too bad. And now Sylvius finally getting a basket down here. First one of the half for the Weasel.
I say field goal percentage has been through the roof for both teams, as Ackerman gonna dunk it down with the fast break going, not wanting to waste time, I guess, with these possessions.
No, not at all. I mean, to say this is a high-scoring game will be an understatement, as both are about to crack 90, and we haven't hit the fourth quarter yet, as we see a lot of passing here for Dakota, as Luka trying to get into this paint, but is having a tough time, but will find a way to get by Ackerman for the 2 points, as they find themselves up by 6.
Yeah, that was a difficult one. Was able to find the magic to get just in range, as Vilka gonna put up a quick basket himself. As we see field goal numbers exactly the same between the two of them, 36-64. It's been field goals and three-pointers. The only thing, or free throws and three-pointers. The only thing that's been separating them is Vilka, speaking of, will head to the line for 2 after Delmont draws his 3rd foul.
Yeah, but it's not too much of a worry, since we are on the final few minutes of this third quarter, as the first one is not going to go down. And Luka does get the second one, though. So right now the Bikers up by 5, 92-87.
I would say any lead at this point has been, it doesn't matter what lead they get, because both teams have shown the ability to go on quick runs, as Aquino finally had a quiet quarter thus far. As you see, that's his first points. 4 in the first, 23 in the second, and only 3 in the third.
Yeah, and I think it really shows how good the adjustment is right, as we do see that Vilka was able to strip Lawyer, and that gives for a fast break opportunity as Leon goes ahead and ties things up very quickly. After a quick 2 possessions, we're tied up 92 apiece.
I would say it's Ben Delmont's quarter, if anything, for Seattle. It's Vilka. Fast break 3, can't convert, but Ackerman cleans it up.
Ackerman giving the lead over to Seattle, 94-92. It's been a while since we've said that, but we are showing on how tight this game is. Is now Silvius. Hands it over to Luka. Luka for the mid-ranger. Not going to be good there as Leon gets the board.
It might be Seattle that breaks 100 first at the rate they're going. As Leon calls for the screen. Finds a way to the basket, but dishes it back to Vilka instead.
Yep. Not really a big fan of that. I feel like that Leon could have easily finished it there. And Silvius going for 3. Not going to be good.
I don't know. He was underneath the basket. That was an awkward spot. I think he was afraid about going out of bounds, but he was being double teamed. They were collapsing on him. It's a tough look to be in. As 1 minute left to go, can we break 100 before the 4th quarter? And I doubt it now after that miss.
Yeah, I doubt it unless both teams decide to go crazy with the threes in the last few moments, as Luka is not going to get that basket down, as both teams starting to cool it a little bit, as Leon will get that basket though, as right now Leon doing everything that he can within this quarter to keep that cushion here for the Summit, as he's definitely been the player of the quarter within this game, as Dakota not able to go ahead and get anything on that possession, as Leon showing up the basket again, and they might actually do it here depending on how quick Dakota goes for this basket, but it looks like they are going to go ahead and slow down. Nope, maybe not, as Lawyer tries to go up. Will draw the foul against Vilka. So Jonathan will go on the line for 2 to try and close out the quarter with at minimum a 4-point deficit if both go down.
And we see both teams making mass substitutions as the miss on the second. Seattle a chance here. They want to go for it. They can try and break 100, and they will with Wayne Kirkpatrick. This is a game score we can normally see in a final quarter, but we'll head to the 3rd after this 3 from Lawyer. That was close.
Oh my god.
That was
if Lawyer would have made that, I would have left. I would have just left the thing and be like, okay, y'all got it. Y'all want an offensive onslaught here. You got it. But 100-93, starting off the 4th quarter, this is unheard of.
I mean, it is heard of, Marcus. It happens all the time, but we don't usually get lucky enough to have one SportsDen be it. I mean, I think the record's been like 150 to 140 final score for one of our games that didn't go to overtime.
Yeah, I think so. But Kirkpatrick trying to go for that mid-ranger, not going to be good this time. And right now, Dakota trying to pick things up here to kind of give a quick couple of jabs here, as they do cut the deficit down to 2 fairly quickly.
I'm actually surprised they didn't call traveling there. It looked like he went up and down twice, but I guess they'll call that he was in his stride heading to the basket. Step back jumper for Vilka's good. A quiet 26 for Vilka here tonight. He's been doing it across all the quarters. Hasn't been reliant on one giant scoring quarter. As River pushes Dakota above 100 now.
Yeah, both teams passing the century mark now. 102-100, the Summit lead. And now I'm very curious if we're gonna get to 130 something from either side, as right now the Summit try to keep that cushion up.
I mean, Marcus, if we go to overtime, we could try and hit 160. Turnbull. I mean, she heard the whistle, so no reason not to go aggressive and smack that ball down. No risk of getting a second foul called, really, unless she took his head off.
No. Yeah, then we have to talk about flagrant stuff, but Valeria will get the first basket to go down.
Kangaroo Rat is good on both of them. He's been quieter since the first quarter. Need to see him possibly step it back up. I mean, that's the good thing with both these teams is that they don't have one fur they have to rely on. If one person's being a bit cold, they can rely on some others to step up, as we see Vilka deciding to step up this quarter with that little Euro step down to the post.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that's really big when it comes to any kind of teams, is that when you only have like one superstar on your roster, you tend to over rely on them to be able to bail you out in some games. But for both of these teams, they don't really have that case, because both teams have players throughout the roster that can come in and take over if needed. And right now, Eric not able to get that basket down. Another missed three as Reese hands it over to Kirkpatrick. Wayne not able to get it down this time. Right now, Wolfgang going for three, and it is going to go down, and Dakota not only down by one.
I always forget that Vilka's technically an FBA champion too. I don't know why. I'm saying, like, looking at like what the stat sheet in front of me, and I'm like, oh yeah, Vilka was on the Voodoo when they won with River. So
yeah, it just shows like a lot of these players, as Dakota does take the lead for the first time in this quarter. The crowd is loving it so far, but that's going to get shot down really quick as Andreas does go in for the lay-in. But yeah, that just shows again how deep both of these teams are, as any of these players can go ahead and come in and cause a spark. Even if a couple of teammates are cold, you're not going to worry about it because it's a true team effort. As Eric going for three, and it is going to be good.
I was just going to say, is this technically our like most championship DNA matchup? We have 7 rings on Dakota's side. I can't remember if Harrison York won one, but I know at least 2 rings on the Seattle side.
Yeah, a lot of championship pedigree on either of these rosters, both having a lot of playoff experience. So this isn't new to anybody here, as Wolfgang hands it over to River. River for three, no good.
The one fur on Dakota, I would not necessarily want taking those threes.
No, not at all. But if you leave them wide open, you're gonna have to take them eventually. But right now, Seattle looking really smart here as they tie it back up 110 apiece. And we will see a timeout, I believe, on Dakota's end. Yep, they will be on the Bikers. So now they're going to have to try to have a long discussion. I would imagine that a lot of the starting lineup will be coming in. My question is, do you put the Rook in this type of scenario if you're Dakota?
I mean, you keep them in. I think he hasn't been, honestly, he has not been having errors tonight. You know, he adds a dimension to their offense, being able to stretch the ball out for 3. Now, if River could stop taking those threes, that'd be great. Yeah,
100%. As Reese, speaking of threes, brings it down. So right now, Dakota need to find some kind of magic here to try and get that lead right back, or at least tie it back up. As Lawyer trying to get by Anchorman, and that's just not going to happen. Was trying to utilize speed there, but it gets absolutely denied.
At least the fan had a long time to see the ball coming towards them. That ball traveled quite a ways to the third row, as Lawyer for beyond the arc can't convert, as the shot clock was not in their favor at all.
Nope, not even. And Leon able to go ahead and get the basket, and now we're seeing a little bit of a cushion here for the Summit. As Lawyer brings it up, trying to find something there, but it's hands it over to Roenick. Roenick going for a mid-ranger, but it's not going to be good.
Yeah, Seattle up by 5, trying to pull away. Gonna give it to Aquino. Ooh, that was a dangerous pass, and the rookie's gonna be the one to intercept it. As the fast break the other way, Roenick gonna finish it.
Yeah, great effort there from the Rook, and a great dish over to Troy to cut it back down to 3. But they do need one more stop to try and tie it up at least, and that's not going to happen, as a great dish there from Benjamin heading over to Leon, who has a chance to break 30 here with one more basket.
He can. Oh, and Aquino gonna steal it there. Fast break the other way. Too fast for anyone on Dakota to catch him. 32 points for him. I was about to say he might be joining Benjamin tonight in the 30-plus club. Maybe Benjamin going for 40.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now Ackerman does draw the foul against the rookie. So Luka is going to make 1 or 2. But yeah, this is going to be some very key minutes there for the rookie, because yes, he does bring that uniqueness into this game with being a stretch 3. But these are the type of moments where you're going to have to clutch up.
And you
Luka
say that.
Called for the second one.
I mean, it's very tough to be trying to guard Ackerman. At the same time, at 7'1", he is Dakota's, arguably, besides Benjamin Derby, best height answer to those centers. I mean, I think that might be why Dakota moved up to grab him in the FBA draft. Nothing against Mika Mishima, but 6'10", or 6'11", is a little undersized for that center position, especially when you have players like Jake Turner, Brandon Baylor, the giant bird on Arizona Demon, whose name escapes me for 2 seconds. I'll figure it out in a second. Oakland, what's Oakland Obendorfer?
Yeah, the big double O, as I like to call her. And Lawyer trying to take the steal here, but instead, Andreas trying to pass it out, but River steals it.
I think that was actually blocked by, I think Lawyer blocked it to River.
Yeah, right now, River, oh gosh, River, please. River trying to find a way to get it, but we get an offensive 3-second violation.
Oh, that was against the
Very
rookie.
Costly turnover. Oh. Those are the situations you really don't want to see here. But right now, Leon trying to take advantage here as Christina. She passed it over to Vilka, and Vilka does draw the foul against Lawyer. That'll be his second personal. So Andreas will go on the line for 2, as the first one is good. And oh my goodness, Andreas.
I told you, he's had a quiet game.
Oh my gosh.
A quiet 35-point game. How do you call that a quiet game? But he's not as flashy as Aquino or Leon has been tonight.
No, not at all. I mean, you kind of like forget about how much of an offensive juggernaut a lot of these players are. It's River able to dunk it down.
Well, I'm going to give it to you. Who's the player? You were talking about Benjamin being the player of the game, potentially. But what do you say now in the fourth quarter with three Seattle players about to break 30 points? As Silvius, the interception and the dunk on the other end to pull it back within 3. It's not over yet for Dakota.
It isn't. No, not at all. So before we even get to that discussion, Seattle has to win the game first and foremost.
Now the fans, they're back in, and after that steal, he's brought the team back to life as Ackerman. Gonna try and silence them off the dish from Delmont for that dunk.
Yeah, that's one way to quiet things down a little bit, but right now, the Bikers looking to find something. They get a quick dish over, and quick block there against Luka.
Ackerman so strong to come from behind and block it off the glass and not get called for any kind of contact. That is such a challenge on defense. Is to the Valerio on the right side, but inside for 2 instead of 3.
Hey, but as long as you're able to get it down to 1 possession, you just need 1 stop. 1 stop, and this could really be a momentum swinger. As right now, Aquino trying to find some kind of opening. Instead, dishes over to Christina, who again has had a lot of success there, but not this time as Lawyer intercepted it, and Valerio able to dunk it down.
Yeah, the Kangaroo Rat had an option to go to River there, but he wanted to be the one to finish it. As the full court pass to Ackerman, gonna get a foul called on the rookie. As I don't think the defense was ready for what was a heave. However, the miss on the first
Second one is going to go down this time. So the Summit only down by 2 with under 2 minutes left. We'll see what happens here. Right now, Lawyer surveying the field, gets the screen, gets an opening, goes for the shot. No good.
Yeah, he had it open, but they're letting him play ISO instead of off the ball like normal. Maybe trying to get Silvius involved off ball, but now it's down to Aquino one-on-one in the post. But
Ooh.
Ackerman cleans it up with the reverse putback.
Yeah, and as time starts winding down, you have to worry a little bit. And of course, as soon as I say this, River goes ahead and lays it in after a cool full court heave to bring it back down to 2. So they just need one more stop. Reese wide open for 3, and it's no good. Luka with the rebound.
And now the question, do you go for the tie, go for the lead? It's Lawyer.
It looks like they're going to be out for tie here as, Lawyer losing the ball there. As now Benjamin has it, but it's hitting the side of the rim. And right now, oh my goodness, the heart's racing. As Luka able to get the clutch shot as they tie it up 128 apiece. The rookie, ice cold right here. As they tie it up 128 apiece, and the Summit calls timeout.
I'm afraid to say overtime is looking scarily likely at the rate we're going here, Marcus.
No, with 40 seconds left here in this game, it's a high chance.
At least 2 possessions, and Seattle had 2 opportunities there. Reese and Aquino had the chance to put it out of reach, and both missing, giving Dakota the opportunity, because that was off the steal. Lawyer had a chance, but it was stolen from him. Oh, Vilka, the pump fake and the step back, can't convert.
Oh my goodness.
Dakota now, no matter what they do, Seattle will have one more chance. It's down low, blocked. The Lawyer gonna clean it up, put back, quick play. Too quick, in fact, possibly, is Seattle now. They have the whole clock to their own, but Reese!
Oh my goodness! Oh, and River gets called for the shooting foul!
But, Marcus, they leave time and the miss, but Delmont, how do you get it? How many offensive rebounds do you see on a free throw attempt?
Oh no. And now Leon could ice it here. First one good. If he makes this 4th one, that might be it.
Well, the second, but yes,
and
to
that
put
is
the 4 points.
Second, but I'm sorry, I'm trying to find words
now.
right now.
You're technically not wrong, because it was 2 free throws that became 2 more free throws. Because I don't know what happened there at the boxing out, but the effort, hustle, what do you want to call it, for Leon down in the post to get the missed free throw? That is so unusual. It's almost always a guarantee to go the other way. And now, what do you do, Seattle? Seattle.
Oh my God!
Oh, they gave him a 3 to Silvius, coming in clutch, and now they're going to have to foul. They're going to foul Aquino. Not the fur they want to be fouling.
Honestly, I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. Mainly because of the fact that you're in a position where you can tie this game if both go in for Benjamin, and that is going to be the case.
I'm going to be honest. So they're going to call timeout. I would substitute out, and 2 choices. Either you have Riber be the inbounder, so you have 4 3-point shooters on the floor. They have 9 seconds. They have plenty of time to get a 3 off a screen.
100%.
I would bring in Elijah, actually. I would go small ball. You want the 3. You're not going, but no, they're going to let the rookie inbound. Ooh, that might be River's going to be the screener.
Oh, Silvius decides to go into the paint this time, but no, pass over to Savonic. Lawyer going for 3. No good.
At the buzzer.
The Summit is able to escape here in Dakota as they take the win here. What a game here. Oh, my Lord. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I think Dakota's game plan there, as we go through the stats, I think they were going for the win by having, if they got the 2-pointer, they go for the foul, they make them go to the line for 2, and if they miss 1, they can take a win with the 3. I can understand the thought process, but go to your hot paw from beyond the arc as we switch on over to Seattle's stats.
Yeah.
3 first above 30 points, Marcus.
I'm not going to lie to you. Even though Leon Delmont has the lowest of all 3, I got to give them player of the game just from the efforts of grabbing that rebound and getting fouled immediately to put them in the position to win. That was unbelievable. I don't know what happened there and why Dakota was lazy in that moment, but Leon took advantage of it. And by golly, that was an amazing effort there from the Cougar.
Yeah, I mean, double for him, the only one of the group. Aquino with 3 blocks, though, I think that might be the tipping factor for me. Just because one single basket would have been all it took for Dakota to have won this game. It was far too close.
And having a 26-point third quarter, which is insane, mind you.
Second quarter.
Can definitely help it. Oh, second quarter, excuse me. That in its entirety is insane. But I just got to give credit where credit is due. Very amazing effort here from the Summit. Oh my goodness. This was an exciting and enticing game. And this is the type of game that we expect here from 2 playoff caliber teams. But man, oh man, what a way to go out.
And I will say the one takeaway for Dakota, at least, their bench put up 28 points. Their bench showed up. If anything, Seattle might be a concern. 9 points, Marcus, from their bench.
Gosh.
Out of 134 points. And now I will say Leon, Vilka, and Aquino kind of ate up a lot of those possessions because, I mean, those 3 alone put up 100 points combined.
Yes.
But still, that meant that, if they weren't on the floor, Seattle wasn't scoring.
Yes, I feel, and I believe that was kind of one of the things of why Dakota had a couple of cushions throughout the game. And I also really want to point out as well, Luka. Luka in the clutch was a little bit shaky, which is expected when it comes to rookies coming into this, but he put them in a position to possibly take this one at home. Being able to tie it up with that quick lay-in that he put in.
And the offensive rebound. You saw, he got the offensive rebound on that last miss, and he was able to dish it out to the perimeter. And, Lorenz knew he wasn't behind the line, so he gave it to Lawyer. They gave it to arguably their hottest paw of the night to tie it at the end to push it to overtime. So either team could have easily walked away with this game. It took 3 heroic efforts on Seattle's part to take the win. They're going to be happy with that. This is a scary team with that many players that can put up 30 points in a night.
Yes, I think this is a very clear indication that Seattle is an offensive juggernaut, and any of these players can put 50 on you if they want to. But having 3 players having scored like 75% of the total offense, that's something that you're going to have to really lock in on, because it's a pick your poison type of situation in Seattle. But really amazing game. Definitely gonna probably be in the running for a game of the year, and when it comes to SportsDens anyways. And yeah, it was just a fantastic showing for both teams.
Yep, and we'll be next live Santa Ana Spectrums at Plymouth in the new year. We'll hope you see everyone there. Any final words, Marcus, before we sign off for the night?
I'm just very excited to see what Seattle and Plymouth will do here. Both teams kind of in the opposite ends within this one. So this might not be one of the prettiest games, but I do think that both sides are going to give all their effort, especially when it comes to one of these primetime games.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next time. Have a good night.